I just can't with this series anymore. What's up, guys? Cinema11 here with my review of Dragon Ball Super. Episode 7. And I'm sorry, I'm moving my chair. But I was going to do a rant, but I might as well include it with the review. And this show is just so slow paced. They're really dragging the movies out. And I talked about this before, but the thing I liked about the movie was that it was condensed, but that's the only way that it works. If you drag out any part from the movie, it's slow and it feels like filler. And was the original Dragon Ball series like this? Because again, I've only read volume 1 of Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball is very slow paced, very silly, and this has some silly stuff. So like, was the original Dragon Ball series like this? Because these fights sucked. They don't seem serious at all. And I know Dragon Ball Z is slow, but this is slower than that. In fact, Dragon Ball Z is fast compared to this, and it really just feels like a silly add-on to the series. Akira Toriyama, you're cool and all, but the jokes, they work in between fights, not during fights. Like, you have the whole thing with Gotenks, and I didn't like that, but I'll talk about that later. So, in the last episode, Vegeta is pretty much being a dog to Beerus, and Beerus wanted some pudding, and Boo had all the pudding, and Boo licked all the pudding, and then Beerus, just lost it. Also, who's subbing this episode? Apparently, you can't say what site you view anime on because you'll get in trouble for that, but the site I use, there's 3 people working on the subs for the episodes, and they still missed complete lines in the show. So, at the point in the show you would hear a voice, but there are no words at the bottom. I don't know how you could miss that at all, but hey, I don't know. That's you, since you're doing it for free, but still, you should probably put out the best quality. And I can get used to Japanese voices, but Dragon Ball is just something that works better in English. I think it sounds very silly in Japanese with the monkey sort of voices that Goku, Vegeta, Trunks, Gohan, Goten, the monkey sort of voices that they have. It just sounds really silly. And anyways, Vegeta is sweating this entire episode, and he's scared about what to do with Beerus due to how Beerus treated his father. And honestly, this would work for a good story point, but I don't like the way it's being handled. It just seems like there should be more there. That should be Vegeta's driving force to beat Beerus, but there's some more for that later on too that I wrote in the review. And Bulma is expecting Vegeta to do something. Everyone's looking at Vegeta. I guess they just recognize him as the strongest in the group. But Beerus is just talking down to him. He's not even a dog. He's an ant. He's probably dirt to Beerus. And Dende is scared too, so they're kind of giving him a connection in this because that wasn't in the movie. And he notices that Beerus has the key of a god, or something similar to a god, as he puts it. And they switched it up from the movie because Gohan and Trunks are going in first for the fight. And honestly, if you don't like Dragon Ball Super, watch the movie. It's much better than this. We have Gotenks and Beerus fighting, and Gotenks can't do anything to Beerus. He hits, his hits do nothing. He's hitting Beerus all over, and then Beerus catches his hand with 2 fingers, and then he hits him on the wrist, and instead of on his butt like in the movie, and then he gives him a flick, except not as hard as he did with Goku. And it just doesn't work. I'm sorry, these slow-paced fights with nothing happening, it's too silly. I don't like the jokes and all that. I don't want to hate on the show. It's just I don't really like what's going on at this point. And Beerus was also asking him about the pudding, and I think the animation kind of messed up there because he was really getting into it, asking him about the pudding and everything. I don't think it should look like that, but then again, I'm not an animation expert. I just think the detail was a little bit off. And Piccolo, Tien, and Android 18 get involved. Tien, what are you doing here? You've been, he hasn't been relevant for a long time. Was he relevant in the Buu Saga? Again, I haven't seen the Buu Saga, so I don't know if I'm the best to be reviewing this, but I thought Krillin was the strongest human. I don't know. But I know Tien almost killed Cell, right? Yeah, that was a thing. So we have that, and maybe he was relevant during the Buu saga. I don't know, but I still think Krillin's the strongest. Anyways, those three are easily defeated, and Beerus just used pressure, and it hurt them. Like, he didn't even hit them. It was just pressure. And I talked about this before, but making the enemies too strong doesn't make for a good story either. Like, I want everyone to be able to fight here, not just Goku and Vegeta. At least add in Gohan, Gotenks, Piccolo, and maybe Krillin into there. That would make it a little bit more interesting. Maybe even give Yamcha an upgrade, you know? Or is he, like, useless now? Like, completely useless. Like, he doesn't fight anymore. He's just done. But I'd like that. I'd like to see Gohan, Gotenks, Piccolo, Krillin shine more. And overall, the movie just had more energy. Like, I like the line with Master Roshi saying, "Get 'em, boys," or something like that. And then you have Piccolo, Tien, and Android 18, I believe, at that point getting in and fighting Beerus. And they could have played the movie for 3 episodes, and people would have probably liked it more than this. So, Whis is all over the sushi. And then Buu gets back up after being knocked down, of course, but it's not really that important. And I thought things were going to get epic when Gohan got involved, but he was easily defeated. Like, he got defeated quicker than anyone else. Like, Gohan took off his glasses, like, looks like I have to get involved. And it would have been cool if this inspired him to fight more, like, oh, I'm weak now, so I have to get stronger, I have to catch up with Dad, or something like that. And, people were really mad that Krillin did nothing when Android 18 got taken out in the movie. Well, he shows concern in this episode, since that's such a big deal for people. And apparently he's given up fighting. I don't know if that was from the Buu saga. And Yamcha already knew he couldn't do anything. I bet he's having flashbacks to the Cybermen and Dr. Gero. Vegeta tries to stop Beerus, and then Beerus steps on him, and that's just so messed up. He stops Vegeta, like Vegeta's about to attack him, and then he stops Vegeta with like some hockey or something. I like that they're adding that sort of ability, like the pressure thing, just being intimidating. Like Goku, remember when he was fighting Goku and Goku like stepped back? I think that's like the same thing. It's like the pressure, you know, like the force that he's emitting, you know, like it's scary. And I don't think it was in the movie. Maybe it's just for like fear or something, but I still like it. And then Beerus is about to destroy the planet, and then Bulma just slaps him. And then he returns the favor with the pimp slap of the century. And Vegeta loses it and goes Super Saiyan. But when your dad got hit, you just ran up, but you didn't go Super Saiyan. I think you need to get your priorities straight. And this animation is just off. Like, I felt like the old animation from Dragon Ball Z was more detailed. Even Dragon Ball GT was probably more detailed than this. Like, the animation is just shiny. Like, it's not detailed, it's just shiny. And then Vegeta and Beerus are about to fight, and whatever. It really seems like they're trying to make Beerus seem like more of a villain. Like, he enjoys hurting others. Like, he's smiling and everything. Don't get me wrong, like, he was evil in the movie, but it was like silly evil. It was like, oh, once we defeat you, you're going to become one of our friends or something like that. In fact, even in the movie, he just seemed like, in the movie and in the show, he just seemed like one of their friends. You know, just part of the Dragon Ball family. Like, he's going to join it eventually. So, in the next episode, Goku is back. So, the Battle of Gods stuff could last for 3 more episodes, I'd say. And please don't drag this out too much. Like, it's already bad. I'm almost thinking about dropping this, but I don't want to go that far. But we'll see where it goes. Get rid of the silly elements, make it more serious, upgrade a lot of the characters, fix the animation, and we can talk. So anyways, guys, I'm Surmo11. Thanks for watching. Social media, add me, friends, yes. Peace.